This is the Hawks Sports Network, and we are happy to have you with us this afternoon for OCAA Women's Soccer, a Central Division matchup between the Humber Hawks and the George Brown Huskies. It's a windy day here at the Ontario Soccer Centre in Vaughan, the home of your Humber Hawks, and my name is Matt. With me is my broadcast partner, Kyle Dalton. Kyle, George Brown has suffered some losses at the hands of some undefeated teams, and I think the Humber Hawks are going to have to be prepared for a very motivated George Brown team here against the undefeated Hawks.
Yeah, the Huskies, they're going to come out firing early and often. But I think what the Hawks are strong about, they have a great defense that is really strong. They've only given up one shot per game this season. They haven't even given up a goal yet in their first 4 games. And I think the offense of the Hawks is elite. It's up there with the best in the league. They've scored 5 goals in 2 games and 6 goals in the other 2. So they're just an all-around great team. And if someone would play them in the playoffs, like I said, I wouldn't want to be playing them.
Yeah, that's right. Humber just very powerful offense. And Fiore. We'll be right back with you after the national anthem. As the teams shake hands, we're just moments away from getting this thing started. Kyle, you mentioned Humber with the undefeated record. The Huskies, George Brown Huskies, coming in here with a 2-2 record. Get a good look here at the standings. There's 2-2-1. George Brown suffering both defeats at the hands of Sheridan. So definitely this Husky team not one to overlook if you're Humber, Kyle.
Yeah, Humber will look to keep that 0 goals, that scoreless goals against on the board today against the Huskies. The Huskies, like I said, are going to come out firing. But you mentioned the depth of the Humber Hawks offense, and they have four girls with 3 goals and 3 with 2. You can see here the head-to-head matchup.
Yeah, it looks really good in favor of Humber. The offense has been very spread out, like you said, Kyle. There isn't really one player that's run away with all of the goal scoring. It's really evenly spread out between a lot of those 4th and 3rd year players.
And that's shown there with the shots per game, north of 25 shots per game on target,
really
which is one of the best in the league.
Absolutely. And George Brown, after that first loss to Sheridan, looked a lot better. Head coach Leslie Patrick said that George Brown, the second game against Sheridan, a 4-2 loss, the score really didn't tell the tale of just how close that game was. Sheridan really able to, or pardon me, the Huskies really able to hold possession, and it's really going to be interesting to see how these 2 teams match up.
One of the things that the Huskies struggle with is their scoring depth. They're kind of the opposite of the Hawks. The Huskies have first-year player Brianna Samuels McLaughlin leading the team with 4 goals, and right behind her are only 3 other players with goals with 1. So that's a concern for the Huskies offense. If they want to try to make a push to the playoffs or even have a chance to make the playoffs, they're going to need other players other than Brianna Samuels McLaughlin to step up in her place.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, for the Huskies, you got to think a key to victory is getting the offense going early, establishing some kind of rhythm, because so far the Hawks have just been able to prevent any of their opponents from doing just that, getting any kind of offensive possession. Teams final huddling up before we get things going. This is game 1 of a doubleheader. Shortly after this game, the men's teams are going to take the field. That's the Hawks versus George Brown again.
Humber coming up after these games. 2 of their last 4 games are against the Sheridan Bruins, who are right above them in the standings. So it's important to get these 3 points, especially against teams that Humber are favored against, like a team like George Brown.
Yeah, heading into the latter half of the season, you definitely want to just keep stacking up those wins and go into the playoffs with the kind of confidence you need to capture that provincial title. Humber's fallen a bit short in past years.
Yeah, last year they reached the finals, beating St. Clair in the quarterfinals and then beating Fanshawe in the semis, but eventually lost to the Algonquin Thunder in that final game, which was obviously a tough loss for the Huskies. They look to rebound and kind of gain momentum from last year's defeat. Looks like the Hawks will start with the ball to begin this game.
Things are tipped off here. And Humber right away advancing the ball deep. In the backfield with the ball right now. And we'll see if right away Humber can establish some offense with that 25 shots on net stat we saw earlier. So far, good ball movement. Out of bounds, that's going to be Huskies ball.
And it's going to be important for the Hawks to put a lot of pressure on that Huskies defense early on in the game, really get them on their feet. Hawks looking to break the opening score here early on.
Good passing. How about that feed? It looks like we might have an early one here, Kyle.
Yeah, Zoe Longsworth taps it through, and the Hawks lead early.
Just a phenomenal pass to set her up to tap it in. You maybe even thought she was crossing it over, but not, just puts it right in the back of the net.
Zoe Longsworth with her 4th of the season now. She's on top of the leaderboard for the Hawks offense, and an early start to the game.
Yeah, right away, Humber on their first shot. Get another look at it here. You see that? Just puts enough on it.
Just squeaks by there, the goaltender Sid Greenberg.
Here comes George Brown. Good advanced kick of their own. See if she can get any help.
Lopez goes down in the corner for the Huskies. It'll be Hawks ball.
Fiore hasn't allowed a goal all season. Here she is, getting things going. Good advance. Bit of an odd man rush for George Brown if they can corral the ball. Here they go. Might have an early shot against Fiore. Humber defense does a good job of taking that threat away.
It was Tiziana Lopez there for the Huskies, looking for an early break. Couldn't get by that solid Hawks defense. The ball will be turned over. There will be Hawks throw in to the right, the Hawks goalkeeper.
Like we said, Kyle, it's a real windy day here in Vaughan. We'll see what kind of impact that has. Humber with another beautiful pass. This is how they scored the first one. Ooh, that one gets just past Taylor Thompson. Good pass down low.
Weak shot. Yeah, Terabassi on the far side. Easier control over there for the George Brown keeper.
But already Humber starting to get their shots on net.
Strong player in the midfield there by Stephanie Gutierrez. 2nd year on the team. one of the stronger midfielders on the team for the Hawks.
Ball back to Fiore. Humber looking to transition. Bit of a miscue there.
And Matt, we talked pregame about the Hawks' depth of their lineup. They have 11 players on the team with goals this season, and that's just tremendous to see.
Terabassi got kind of beat there, but Fiore's now in control. Nice clearing attempt by the George Brown keeper.
And the Hawks' depth will definitely come into play later on in the season once the playoffs start to hit, when it becomes a bit of a more tighter game, when the defense start to pick up. That's when the offense will definitely come into play, and the depth will be a huge advantage for the Hawks.
So far, a great start for Humber. Just smothering defense, and a really well-balanced offensive attack is kind of the trademark of this year's team. Things have kind of cooled off as Humber really piled it on early, and George Brown's trying to figure out the rhythm here as we get a turnover. Big shot attempt. Longsworth has control. George Brown is trying to clear it out. Looks like Humber's going to have possession in the corner. Some great passing on the inside here. And that one's off the crossbar, Kyle. The ball is inbounds. Humber retains possession.
That was Nicole Lyon, a great opportunity there just off the crossbar. Hawks putting on the pressure here.
Another shot on net, that's handled cleanly.
And you saw the creativity there by Zoe Longsworth setting up Lyon in front of the goal. Good save there by the keeper.
You get the impression Greenberg is going to be busy in net for the Huskies today.
Well, the Hawks average 25 shots a game, so she needs to be on her toes for the Huskies to even have a little bit of success here tonight.
And just knowing that stat, 25 shots average per game, if you're the George Brown coaching staff, what kind of game plan do you have to build to try and establish some success in light of that incredible shots per game?
Well, it starts in the midfield for the Huskies. They really have, their midfielders have to trap that Hawks offense. Don't let them get behind them and push that defense of the Huskies. That would be the main goal for the Huskies, is to stop them at midfield. Don't let them get into deep territories of the Huskies' side.
Humber with a good shot over to Mackey. She's going to surrender it to Greenberg.
And that's not an easy way to do, because that Hawks offense, like we mentioned earlier, the depth it has, it's lethal.
The ball goes off of a George Brown player, Stelino. Humber ball. There's Mackey trying to get things going.
Be out of bounds away, Hawks ball.
Taylor Thompson with the throw in. Good communication by Humber. Lots of chatter out there. Nothing going on that drive, but the Humber defense is going to retain possession. It's Terabassi. Good work there to maintain possession.
Great ball movement by the Hawks right now. Over there with Lyon and Spratt on the far left side. Good give and go, just went out of bounds. early on in this game. The Huskies really haven't got much going. They had one weak shot earlier in this game against the Hawks goalkeeper.
Yeah, really tough to find an open player. Here's a good pass. George Brown looking to get some kind of offensive rush going.
It seems for George Brown, they're going to have to capitalize on every opportunity they get because they don't know how many they're going to get against this stellar Hawks defense.
And it's tough when Humber comes out the way they did and put a goal on the board just 1 minute in. Here's another chance. Offside call.
Spratt just ahead on the left side for the Hawks.
Spratt, a third-year player. And as well-balanced as the Humber offense is, you get the impression Spratt could be one of those breakout players as we get into the latter half of the season.
Yeah, she's in her third year, like you said. And she's the second on the team with 3 goals now after the goal by Longsworth in this game. And she's a key part of this Hawks offense for sure.
There's Spratt on the left side of the field. Trying to turn it up here. Not much there. George Brown trying to regroup. Last time these two teams met, it was a 6-0 victory. That was last season. Of course, that went in favor of the Humber Hawks.
And the Hawks really dominate here at home. They've only lost 7 games at home since 1996.
Here's a breakout play.
Offside.
Offside call. Zoe Longsworth looked like she had a step.
But that's a crazy stat. Only 7 losses at home since 96. It just shows the dominance the Hawks have.
Yeah, the co-head coaches, Mauro Ungaro and Vince Pileggi. Just a tremendous 23-year reign coaching this Humber Hawks soccer team.
Spratt with a good chance there just wide of the goal. It's interesting for George Brown, they have one of their defenders taking every goal kick instead of their goalkeeper, Sid Greenberg, taking it, which is an interesting fact.
Good pass there. Just real tough to get anything going. The Humber forecheck is relentless. Humber trying to find some room. Ball's kept in bounds. Late whistle. It looked like maybe Longsworth should have just let that one go out.
A little bit of confusion. It's going to be, looks like it's going to be a corner kick for the Hawks. See that creativity by Longsworth in her 3rd year on the team, one of the leaders.
Corner kick. Just over 12 minutes into this game, 1-0 for the Humber Hawks. George Brown trying to clear it. Looks like Humber might come away with the ball here. Good chance here for the Huskies, but I don't think they're going to win that foot race.
There's Brianna Samuels McLaughlin up there for the Huskies. Leads the team with 4 goals. They really need to get her going on the offensive side of the ball for them to have a chance here tonight.
Yeah, you mentioned Brianna Samuels McLaughlin with 4 goals on the season. It's her first year with the program and already making a pretty big impact. On a George Brown team that only scored 7 goals last season.
A lot of new faces on this Huskies team. Shows for a bright future. They only won 1 game last year. They've already doubled that with 2. They look to add on that with 4 or 5 games remaining on the season.
Yeah, great turnaround and a big opportunity against an elite team like Humber. It's a good play here. Hard play by Greenberg.
Great ball through there by Longsworth. Looks like we might get a penalty kick here. Line going down, running into the keeper, Greenberg. It looks like that is the case.
Great hustle by Nicole Lyon. And yeah, Greenberg just a little too strong there.
And it looks like Nicole Lyon will be taking this for the Huskies, or sorry, for the Hawks. Looking for a 3rd goal in the season. This is a great opportunity right now for the Hawks.
See the wind kind of blowing that ball around. And a nice shot there, tucks it in the right corner. On a penalty kick, Nicole Lyon is going to bring that Humber lead up to 2.
It's a great placement there by Lyon. No chance for Greenberg to get to that one. And the Hawks continue their dominance. Up 2-0 early on in this game.
The wind is a-howling. Have another look at that here. There's the play. You see Greenberg come in and just take Lyon out.
Looked like she was going for the ball. Surprised the official did give her the call in the Hawks' favor.
And we've seen that pass a few times, Kyle, just really accurately placed, and Humber really doing a good job of winning these foot races. Here's the penalty kick. So the wind kind of blow the ball around, doesn't matter. Lyon is going to tap that in.
That was Zoe Longsworth who set up that play for Lyon, which eventually led to the penalty kick and the goal for the Hawks to make it 2-0 here in the 16th minute of this game.
Humber with possession. George Brown trying to get it on the other side of half. Really not much opportunity so far today, Kyle, for George Brown to really establish control and keep the ball on the Humber side of the pitch. Good move there. Shot on goal, saved easily by Greenberg.
Strong shot there by Haley Mackey. You saw the creativeness once again by Zoe Longsworth. Nothing going there for the Hawks right now. But like you said, the Huskies, they're gonna have trouble all night trying a way to beat this Hawks offense.
George Brown with control right in front of us here. Hawks defense is going to get a handle on that. So far this game playing out very much what we're accustomed to seeing from Humber. Lots of shots, might have been a handball there.
Yeah, it'll be a free kick. First real opportunity right now for George Brown. But like you said, Humber getting off to a great start. They look to keep that momentum throughout the game. Looks like that's Haley Kennedy taking that for George Brown.
Thompson with a nifty move. Humber trying to establish Another offensive opportunity. George Brown being very patient. Turnover here.
See that Hawks defense jump right on the miscue by George Brown.
Good look for George Brown here.
It seems like for George Brown that the field is so small that they have no room to pass the ball. Hawks defense doing an excellent job early on.
Yeah, it almost feels like the Hawks have a couple extra players out there. It's just very swarming defense, but I think that just kind of speaks to the strength of the game plan and the X's and O's. Humber just really the difference here is just the way Humber's been able to control the ball on the Husky side of half. Big clear attempt by George Brown.
Just over 20 minutes in this game, and the possession of the ball has been all Hawks so far.
Casey, there's one more up there, I think.
Whistle here. I'm not too sure what the ruling is. No foul, just out of bounds.
Looks like it's gonna be a free kick just on that line. Here's Samuels McLaughlin.
Here she is, just so many Hawks for her to try and beat.
We talked about her pregame. She's really the star on this team with 4 goals already on the year. It's going the other way, a foul on Mackey. Haley Kennedy will be taking this free kick. Hawks defense shuts that down.
Bit of a good look for George Brown. They've been able to at least get some kind of possession in front of Fiore.
Those 2 early goals allowed by the Huskies are tough, especially because, like we said before, they don't know how many chances they're going to be getting. Might even be tough to them to get one past Fiore.
Yeah, you kind of get some perspective on just how Humber's been able to establish that less than 1 shot against per game. Good stretch pass there, picked off by the Huskies. Good fight there. Spratt's going to come away with it. Nice give and go. Not too much space for her to work with. Ball Ball's going to trickle out of bounds. Corner kick coming up for Humber. Humber Hawks ranked 4th in the nation. They started the season at about number 7. Just been steadily climbing up.
It'll be Mackey taking this corner kick for the Hawks to the right.
High shot just over the net.
It's Claudia Piazza. She's one of the leaders on the team, especially in the midfield. In her 4th season on the team.
Shannon Albury checking in for George Brown. Number 13 in the blue and white.
You can see the Hawks storming that Huskies defense right away. As soon as the ball's in play, they don't wait for them to come down to them. They attack them, and that's why the Hawks have had so much success in this game and as well as throughout the season. Their defense is just one of the best in the league because of the aggressiveness that they show.
Good takeaway by Lyon. Huskies come away with it. Humber regrouping. Tirabassi with a good pass to the outside. Now Mackey trying to get to work. Back to Tirabassi. Lyon with a good move, kind of coughs it up. Spratt back to Lyon. That shot's over to Greenberg. Greenberg's a first-year player, native of Toronto.
She's played pretty well so far today.
Oh yeah, for as much pressure has been on her, she's
She gave up that early goal the first couple minutes of the game. It was an aggressive play by her. It was a risky play coming out like that. And the second goal is apparently a shot. Not much she could have done on that. She really kept George Brown in this game.
Whistle blown.
That's going against George Brown.
Piazza with a good pass up the wing. Humber's now storming down the field, looking for Lyon. The pass gets held up. Deep, clear. Lopez gets the ball right back. Might be looking for Albury, who just checked in. Humber trying to get things set up, short little passes.
And Taylor Thompson there trying to get something going on the offensive side. Very strong defender on the Hawks team, not really known for her offense.
Kyle, we've seen a few shots on net for Humber, but really the most dangerous ones have been those really good lead passes. And you get the sense that might be the key to victory for Humber if the Huskies don't make an adjustment.
I think creativeness by the Humber offense is really what puts them on the elite level of this group.
Yeah, what we've gotten used to seeing from this Humber team is really tight passing. And that'll let you find open space and rifle off about 25 shots a game. Up the wing, Humber looking to get a turnover here. Good pass, George Brown just kind of keeping things under control, but that's going to be a wild kick out of bounds.
Yeah, it was great pressure over there on the left side by Longsworth, and Spratt over there pressuring that George Brown defense, forcing an out of bounds and a throw in for the Hawks.
Longsworth getting to work, find some open space. Nice touch over to Tirabassi. Mackey serves it up a little short. Oh, good chance here. That goes just wide.
It was offline there. Looked like it was off her shoulder. Could have been called a handball. Instead, it's just goal kick for George Brown. Looks like we're going to get a sub here for the Huskies as well.
Yeah, you get the sense if that clearing shot there went off Lyon's shoulder and into the net, there might have been a stink, but no harm, no foul.
Would have been a little controversy if that was called a goal.
Lopez is going to check out for the blue and white. She's been pretty active for George Brown. No, handball.
Good opportunity here for the Hawks with just over 30 minutes into this game.
Let's see if we can get a big booming kick. Maybe watch for Lyon on the inside. Greenberg handles that one.
Good control by Greenberg. No rebound. No chance for the Hawks to get anything going after that.
You get the sense if George Brown wants to establish themselves in this game, it's going to be with some ball control, but that's really just been what Humber's been able to do. Just hang on to the rock.
Yeah, they haven't really allowed George Brown to get anything going on the offensive side. Might be an opportunity here.
Good control by Tirabassi. Deep kick, this is what we've seen. Another great chance for Humber. Pops that one up right by Greenberg again. Kyle, 3 goals, and they've all been the result of that same play.
That's a great pass by Tirabassi.
No kidding.
And Longsworth finishes off her 5th of the season, 2nd of the game. Tirabassi with a great pass.
Yeah, great control of the ball. We'll get another look here. Just right beyond, and Longsworth scoops that up.
See Greenberg there, comes out once again. Didn't work for her the first time. Comes out here and that ball squeaks right by her for the 3rd Hawks goal.
Just a great transition play to corral the ball defensively. Humber back with possession. Here's Longsworth.
Longsworth already 2 here with just over 30 minutes into this game.
Brings her season total to 5. 5 goals on the season. Greenberg swallows that up. Tirabassi over to Mackey. Big shot. That's a little wide.
She was trying to catch Greenberg up there, trying to put it over her. Shot was just wide.
Yeah, all those deep shots from the Hawks have been handled pretty cleanly by Greenberg. Just those stretch passes. Humber likes their chances in those foot races. Mackey scoops it up. Hawks working it on the outside. Lions looking for Spratt. Claudia Piazza. Humber now making their way towards the Humber goal.
Looks like that's going to be a corner kick for the Hawks. Another opportunity here. 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Looks like it's going to be Mackey. She seems to be the one taking the corner kicks for the Hawks.
Good job by Spratt to get a piece of that. Good save by Greenberg. And Humber's able to pop another one into the net. Try to get another look at who popped that one in. Looks like number 15, Stephanie Gutierrez.
It's a great pressure play there by the Hawks on the corner kick.
Just kind of kept it along the ground, rolled it along the goal line, and Humber able to get all kinds of chances. The initial save by Greenberg. There's another look there.
It was an ideal corner there for Mackey, but the Hawks never give up on a ball.
Hammers it home with all kinds of Husky defenders in the area. 3-0. See the George Brown coach adjusting the game plan here in the 37th minute.
Gutierrez with the goal, her second of the season. That just shows that depth of that Hawks lineup. They have 4 goals in this game, and 3 of them coming from different people. It's good to see.
Mackey steals that one away. She's got Lion deep. Tirabassi following up. George Brown comes away with the ball. Just one player deep. Great job by Phillip to kind of muscle that ball away. Looks like she might have played that one a little too aggressive. Kyle, as good as the Humber offense has been, putting up 3 goals, what do you like out of the Humber 4 goals now? What do you think of the Humber defense?
They've been solid out throughout the game, and we talked about it in the pregame how there's a shot on goal, how George Brown was going to struggle in this game with the Hawks defense only giving up 1 shot per game, and it's really showed the trap defense that they play, attacking the Huskies offense from the very beginning, right from the start as soon as they cross midfield as well. Don't allow them to get anything going down deep, close into the goal.
Here's Lyon. Over to Spratt. She's got Longsworth with her. Good shot on net, handled nicely by Greenberg. Mackey with control. Such good passing by Humber. Up the wing, lots of players in the area. Good cross attempt there, a little too hot to handle.
You talked about the great passing for the Hawks, and it's all about the chemistry they have together. A lot of their top players are third, fourth year players, and that plays a big factor, especially once the playoffs come around. Knowing that your teammates is huge for chemistry and success.
Good takeaway by Humber.
And for the Huskies, they got a lot of first-year players. Very young team.
Yeah, it's a good point, Kyle. Very young Huskies team, but already able to capture more wins halfway through the season than they did the entire previous. Lyon. It's on net.
Like you said, they're improving from last year, and for each program, you really want to improve on your prior season. I think that's really the goal this season for George Brown, improve on last season. See if their program can get better from here and take a step forward.
Humber, on the other hand, not too many first-year players. Courtney Nadeau, Samantha Gillingham, Lily Campbell, that about does it for freshman players. Fiore coming out to handle it, big kick.
Shane Albury, forward for the Huskies, was right on that play. Second earlier, she could have potted one goal, make this a 4-1 game.
Longsworth over to Mackey. Could be something here. A lot of Husky defenders in the area. It's chipped up just out of the reach of Greenberg. Have a goal kick here. Mackey's chasing things down, gets in the way.
See that Hawks pressure. They're pressuring that defense of the Browns right away.
Thompson over to Gutierrez. Deep clearing kick by the blue and white. Looks like Fiore is gonna just control it for a moment. Here comes Humber back the other way.
Claudia Piazza with the ball now.
Deep shot. Albury can't really control it. She's all alone with three Hawk defenders. Fiore is gonna play it back to her defensive line. Looks like Lopez is warming up to get back in the game for the George Brown Huskies. Rebecca Spratt not making it easy for the Huskies to try and transition to offense.
Now in the final minute of the first half, depending on how much extra time is added. What a move there by Mackey.
Yeah, really good ball control. Mackey's been key for the Humber offense.
She's been all over the field so far today.
But the story is, it's really a well-rounded effort. So many players that are capable of making the right pass. And as you see, that goal distribution is just all throughout the team. Tirabassi plays it back. Taylor Thompson trying to make something happen. Back to Mackey. Woo! What a move. Shot on net. Not too much on it, but a great move to find some open space.
Haley Mackey still hasn't scored yet this season, but she creates a lot of plays like we just saw there, creates a lot of chances as well for teammates to score.
And if you're a George Brown Husky, you got to be looking forward to halftime. Must be exhausting with this relentless pressure. That's going to do it here for the first half. Humber Hawks able to net a quick goal, and it was all up from there.
Yeah, the Hawks got the pressure early, like you said, getting that early goal, and they almost never lost possession of the ball, really dominating all parts of the game.
Make that 4-0. Pretty familiar storyline here. Lots of shots for Humber, just airtight defense. We'll be right back with you after halftime on the Hawk Sports Network. Welcome back to the Hawk Sports Network. I'm Matt Hamill. With me is Kyle Dalton. Pretty eventful first half for Humber, Kyle. 4 goals. One of them coming real early.
Yeah, you can see here the attempts well in favor of the Hawks, 17-1 on target, 9-1. Hawks with 3 more corners, with George Brown still looking for their first.
Yeah, Longsworth has 2 on the day. Really opened things up quick.
And you see in the 1 minute there, Longsworth scored. Good way to start off the game for the Hawks. We'll take a look at that.
We'll pull that up right away. Ball control. And just one of those lead passes that have been lethal. Longsworth taps it in.
We talked about the passes being key in the first half for the Hawks.
Just a swarming attack. It almost feels like, I said it before, like there's just more Hawks out there. Another one of those. Another look there. Had Mackey trailing as well. Here's that play on the inside.
Was line off the bar there. Good opportunity for her.
Strong play by Lyon, taken down by Greenberg, and then we had the ensuing penalty shot. That was tapped in. Another angle. See, Greenberg just came in a little too hard.
And here, no chance for Greenberg, guessing the wrong way.
Another good chance there. Gutierrez with the clearing attempt in. And Longsworth all by herself.
That's her second of the game there. A great pass once.
George Brown is taking the field, still about to get things going. Spratt with a nice shot
there
on
by
net.
Greenberg.
One of those 9 shot attempts.
One thing we saw from Greenberg, goalkeeper for George Brown, is when she got those shot opportunities from far away, she really held on to them, didn't allow Humber to get any rebound. But it seems like those in-close opportunities are really what killed the Huskies' defense there.
We'll see how this half starts. Not sure what kind of adjustments the Huskies coaching staff have put into effect. Spratt with a little too much on that pass to Longsworth.
George Brown left the field at halftime. Didn't see them throughout the whole half. Could have been a lot of words spoken there. A little bit of frustration from the George Brown side.
Here's Lyon with a shot on net. Good attempt there. Handled by Greenberg. Humber able to take possession, and just like that, Spratt kind of out of nowhere. Good attempt, finds the left side of the net.
And you see the Hawks offense pushing that Huskies defense, not allowing them to even clear the ball, and Spratt with a well-placed shot beats Greenberg for her 4th of the season. You can see here, Hawks pushing here on pushing that defense. Spratt with a great shot beats Greenberg. Hawks with another early goal, especially in the second half, gives them a 5-0 lead.
Spratt with her first on the day. That brings her to 4 on the season. Here comes Lyon, gets checked off the ball. Very physical play by Nicole McKenzie. Haley Mackey. Nifty moves. We saw a lot of that on display in the first half. Lyon across to Longsworth. Good separation by the Huskies defense. Longsworth, bit of a turnover here. Looking for open space. Greenberg handles it.
Again, that offense for the Hawks, pushing that defense of George Brown. It's been the key to most of their goals. The continued pressure put on by the Hawks.
Kyle, we've seen Vanessa Fiore check out for Humber. The new goaltender in there. Courtney Nato.
She's getting her first action of the season. And her first action as a Hawk in her first year.
Mackey down low to Lyon. Great pass there. And another one put back. Kyle, how about that pass?
Another great pass by the Hawks. We mentioned earlier, the Hawks with their excellent passing creating a lot of opportunities for points. And again, the second goal of this half makes it 6-0, as you can see on the replay here. Lyon with an extraordinary pass. An easy finish for the Hawks, which gives them a 6-0 lead in the second of this half, very early on here. You can see a lot of frustration on the George Brown side already.
Hawks regrouping. Longsworth going to lead another offensive attack. Oh, good move there. Lyon looked like she was going to take a shot on net. Mackey comes in. That attempt goes wide.
Gutierrez, number 15 for the Hawks, creating that opportunity for Lions. And those early goals against George Brown, we saw it in the first half and here in the second half, has really put the pressure on George Brown, not allowing them to get anything going. When you give up early goals like that, it really takes your momentum right out of it.
Ball on the outside. Cross attempt there. George Brown defense comes away with it. Just relentless pressure. Lyon's going to steal that ball back.
Oh, great move. Had the defender fall in there. Be a corner kick for the Hawks. Rebecca Spratt will be taking this one. Scored the first goal of the second half, the 5th of the game for the Hawks.
That kick is off. Big booming kick. Spratt's going to get possession back. She kicks that one up, but the wind kind of got a hold of that one.
Wind took that one. Wind picking up a little bit now. It's been on and off throughout the game. Again, another turnover there for the Huskies.
Good work inside. Very nifty passing in tight quarters by the Hawks. Spratt with a chance up. The wind might help her out that time. Have some substitutions checking in for Humber. At the next whistle, Longsworth puts that on net. 6-0 for the Humber Hawks here in the second half.
The Hawks in full control of this game. It's about how they finish, not how they close things out.
Spratt just lets that one go. Lyon tries to get something going. The Hawks move the ball across the field.
Tom's on the far side.
Going up the right side now. That's a deep shot, just out of the reach of the Humber forwards. Checking in for Humber. It's number 9. Fatima Fuentes Martinez.
For the Huskies, Tatiana Lopez will check back in as well.
She had a good first half, very involved all over the field.
Here's Mackey. Looking to create something here. And the Hawks will get a corner kick out of it.
Kick is up. Lots of depth on that one. Humber struggling to get possession. There's a shot from the top of the box, goes just wide of the net.
Yeah, that ball seemed to find Claudia Piazza up at the front, just wide of Greenberg. That'll be a goal kick.
We've seen the Humber ball control even more so here in the second half. Oh, shot on net there. That's another one for Humber.
Be Bennett with the goal for the Hawks. Her second of the year. It's 7-0 now for the Hawks, and it seems to be as soon as the Huskies get the ball, the Hawks are right on them, retrieving that ball right back. And it showed right there with Bennett with the finish, as you can see the replay here. Bennett eventually finishing that off.
Get another look. All kinds of defenders in the area, but great job to finish the play. Bring that lead up to 7. Spratt. Down low to Lyon. Lyon plays it back over to the towards the middle of the field. Nothing there. Lyon with control.
So the Hawks are going to be getting a corner kick here. Spratt will be taking it.
Another chance for Spratt. We'll see what she does with it here. We saw Humber score off one corner kick. Just kind of kept the ball along the ground.
Be another corner kick for Spratt. That one coming right into her.
Yeah, she's kicking right at that wind. Good point, Kyle.
You can see Mackey coming in here. Probably an easier option.
Just to maintain possession. Mackey with a big kick. Wind almost kind of curved it in. We have 3 substitutions coming in for the Hawks. To rattle off everybody who's coming in here. Megan Vautour. Harrison checking in. mass substitution. Sprat's coming out. Gutierrez. Bit of a new look.
Thompson coming out as well for the Hawks.
Huskies right away with some offensive pressure.
Samantha Gillingham also checking in for the Hawks.
George Brown with some good ball control here. Samantha Gillingham with the ball, coughs it up to the Huskies. And here comes the blue and white, 4 forwards here. That through pass is cut off. Now Dominica is going to get the ball. Transitioning to the Humber offense. Good play inside. Might have an injured Husky on the turf.
Looks like Mackie kicked her heel when she was winding up to take that shot. Didn't realize she was coming in.
And what do you think of the game we've seen from Haley Mackey today?
Yeah, she hasn't scored yet, and she hasn't scored yet this season. But she's been all over the field creating a lot of... She's created a lot of plays for the Hawks.
Lyon. Good play by George Brown to muscle Humber off the ball. Good possession by Humber.
And Matt, we talked about in the pregame how important it was for the Hawks to take advantage of these teams lower in their the standings, because they have 2 big games against Sheridan coming up. To get 3 points against these teams in the bottom of the standings is huge, and with a 7-0 lead, looks like they're going to get that tonight.
Yeah, comfortable 7-goal lead for Humber. The only team with more goals for is Seneca. Of course, Humber with the league best 0 allowed. Dominica, good kick to get things going. The other way. Nanika Harrison tries to get control. That ball looks like it rolled out. It'll be Humber ball. Michaela Zabalos gets the ball in bounds. Here comes Lyon. Good shot on net. Goes wide.
Just wide. Talked about Mackey being all over the ball tonight. Lyon has been the same sort of player, really making a lot of plays for players to score as well. It's really been all over the ball.
Yeah, no doubt. Really physical presence down low. Just able to keep possession. Just made some great passes. Just causing all kinds of trouble for George Brown defense down low. Oh, Mackey.
Getting turned around there.
A little taste of her own medicine. Good stretch pass. Great job by the Humber keeper, Courtney Nato. Get her first action of the game.
One of the fewer chances there for George Brown here in the second half.
Another one of those tremendous lead passes, but just a little bit ahead of the play, offside call.
Saw Vutour over there just offside.
Free kick for George Brown. Dominica takes away the ball. Humber defense looking to get control here.
Pass by line there, out of the reach. Dominica.
Lyon over to Mackey. No nifty footwork that time. Elects to just pass it off. Wide open field for Humber. Mackey, great pass over to Lyon. Now working the ball down low. Tried to feed it to Nanika Harrison. Humber not really letting off the gas pedal, just maintaining possession.
Oh,
brilliant move by Mackey. We've seen that all game. Yeah,
seen that a few times.
George Brown trying to get things going. Great defensive play.
Yeah, not much communication up front for George Brown. A lot of turnovers in the midfield.
A lot of easy, high percentage passes from Humber. And they were able to advance the ball deep into Husky territory. Over to Lyon. Big clearing shot.
Looks like it's gonna be a foul there. Over the top was the Humber forward. Be a free kick inside the box. Mackey once again with the ball.
Harrison caught a lot of the turf on that one. So we're getting a good look at a lot of the Humber bench players. Still some great ball control, good movement.
Ball just out of the reach of Harrison. Looks like Haley Dougal will check out of the game for the Huskies.
Lyon tries to feed that one up. Doesn't go, closed off by Humber.
Mackey will get called there. No damage there for the Hawks.
George Brown with a bit of a chance here, rolling up the field.
And a foul there on Zabalos.
Yeah, Zabalos.
It'll be a free kick just outside of the box for George Brown. Looks like it's going to be their best opportunity of the game.
Yeah, also kicking into the wind. We'll see if that kind of takes some heat off the ball. We've really seen that a lot here.
Might go for the shorter pass. Looks like they're going to attack the wind here.
It's a really strong wind coming out of the west. Oh, good attempt there, but just a little wide. We'd like to remind you that coming up right after this game is another OCAA soccer matchup. The men's team is taking on the George Brown Huskies here at the Ontario Soccer Center. Humber centers it big. Kick there from just outside the box, and that finds the top left corner. How about that, Kyle? The Humber bench cheering on their squad. Just a beautiful shot there. We'll get another look.
That was Bennett with the great shot. The top left corner.
Yeah, just real quick touch.
Really no chance there for Greenberg.
Just a really good shot.
Again, starts with the passes. That was an excellent shot. Great finish.
And what could be one of the best. You know, we've seen a lot of tap-in goals for Humber. It's just really a product of their passing. That was one of those just undeniable kicks.
That was a great aimed shot. Right in the top left corner. Hawks grow their lead to 8 now.
Another strong performance for the women's soccer team here at home. Tirabassi steals the ball away. Humber's going to get things going. Over to Lyon in the middle. She stretches it out to Harrison. Nanika back in the middle. Good defensive play by the blue and white.
B. Vautour there caught, held up the Huskies defender. Be a free kick for Huskies.
Harrison steals that away. Humber now getting down the middle.
Another turnover there by the Huskies.
Good pass there.
Vautour.
Huskies with it in their corner. Good pressure by Humber. Out of bounds, goal kick.
I keep mentioning the pressure that the Hawks are putting on the Huskies defense. It's really been the difference here in this game.
Yeah, just loads of possession time for Humber. And that's a product of their passing.
Couture.
Good save there. Greenberg gets a piece of it, kind of gets bailed out by her defender.
Melanie Retz with the clear, getting that ball out. Good save there by Greenberg on the Couture attempt. But it seems like every time George Brown gets that ball back, the Huskies are just taking the ball right from them. A lot of opportunities tonight for the Hawks.
Greenberg, good job of keeping that in. Huskies with a bit of a dangerous pass up the middle. Gonna have to find a way to clear things out.
That'd be out of bounds there once again.
Lyon handles that cleanly. Nice try up the middle. Right along the turf goes to Greenbaum, and she's gonna try to clear this out. Right to Lopez. Harrison cuts across the middle. Lyons just seems to be quarterbacking everything from the spot she has it right now. Look at her just keep that ball on her foot.
Line quarterbacks that offense in the midfield as well. We said earlier in her 4th year, she leads that offense. It really evolves around her.
And we saw Mackey in there, also just a really good piece in there. Does a lot of good work on the inside. Rebecca Spratt out there on the wing.
We talked about the depth for the Hawks. You just mentioned it, a lot of weapons on this team.
And Longsworth on that left side. Really, it seems like the playing style of all these players is just meshing really well. Good skip by Lyon.
And we talked about a lot of veterans on this team, 3rd, 4th year players. They gel very well together. They know each other well, and it can prove to a lot of success.
High hopes for the number 4 ranked national team.
Yeah, for them it's a win or bust year for them. Coming just short in the finals last year versus Algonquin.
Tirabassi. Gillingham back to Tirabassi. Chance down low for Humber, coughed up. It's a foot race there, but Melissa Cormier is just outnumbered. Here comes Humber the other way.
Be a George Brown throw-in. Just under 14 minutes remaining in this game. Lions loses the ball.
Tomorrow on the Hawk Sports Network, we have softball coverage, a doubleheader at home at Connorville Park versus Mohawk.
Very busy week for Hawk Sports.
Men's basketball team had an early season exhibition against the Guelph Griffins. Always good to play an OUA team. Dropped that just by 3 points. Just a great exhibition here today from our women's soccer team. Commanding 8-0 lead.
Be a penalty here. Huskies defender grabbing on to Vautour. It'll be a free kick just outside of the box.
Free kick. Opportunity for Tira Bassi. Little too much mustard on it.
Yeah, she's going for that top of the net. Just over it. Like you said, just a bit too much mustard.
Humber with possession, trying to get it deep. Great feed by Lions. George Brown back the other way. Taken away by Humber. Deep
Great ball
kick.
movement.
Battle in the corner. We'll see who comes away with it. Good fight. Goal kick coming up.
That was Bennett down there battling. Couldn't get her team that corner kick. Instead, it's a, like you said, goal kick for the Huskies.
Tira Bassi, another attempt just over the net. That one had some heat on it.
Great playmaking there by Lions. She does a great job to create space for her players and her teammates. Shot just wide of the goal. Hawks here with, like you said, a commanding lead, up 8-0. Less than 10 minutes to go.
Tira Bassi, a fourth-year player from Newmarket. And, you know, we were mentioning, kind of rattling off the Humber offensive contributors this game, and Tira Bassi's right up there.
Just shows the depth of this team. Like we said earlier, been saying throughout this game. 8 goals put up on the sheet for the Hawks. A lot of different contributors.
Julia Zanardi was the top goal scorer for Humber last year. She potted 10 overall. Came in today sitting at 3. Right now, Humber's on pace to break the record, the Humber record for most goals scored in a regular season. And with a performance like we've seen today, I think they just might break that. That record's been standing since the year 2000. Coming into today, Humber on pace to score 55. And that would very cleanly beat the previous record in 2000, where Humber scored 48.
I think an 8-goal performance here would definitely help that.
And I don't know how long that Vanessa Fiore and Courtney Nadu are going to keep clean sheets going, but that's got to set some kind of record. George Brown pressing on Humber's side of half. Some good ball movement. Shots put up, just a wall of Humber defense closing in.
Yeah, not allowing them to get anything inside the box. All the shots have been from way outside. Really no chance to get anything going for the Huskies.
Nadeau in net for Humber at the moment by way of Burlington. One of those very few first-year players.
Looks like we got a Huskies player down.
Humber will elect for the sportsmanlike move and give the injured player, that looks like Lopez.
Yeah, could be a cramping issue.
Good news is she'll make her way off the field on her own power.
It'll be Haley Dougal checking into the game for her.
Not much longer left in this game. hanging on to it. George Brown fighting for the ball. Good battle here. Maybe one last drive for the Huskies. Good lead pass there. Taylor Thompson is kind of tripped up.
The big point of this game is the Hawks offense. Including this game, they've scored 30 goals in 5 games. Really just an amazing mark early on in the year. And giving up 0. Almost 31 there. Boutour with the shot.
Good stop by Greenberg on a breakaway chance that kind of came out of nowhere.
We're now in the 90th minute of this game. Could be one of the final possessions here for the Hawks.
And what a way to end it for Humber. A beautiful corner kick.
Off the corner kick there, Boutour finishes it off. Big celebration there, you can see the replay.
Great angle there, just beautiful spin on it, and just all that was left was to tap it in.
Thompson taking that corner kick right off the post, and then this one right to Boutour. That should finish off this game.
And that'll do it. Final whistle blows here at the Ontario Soccer Center. The Humber Hawks are going to take this matchup against the Huskies by a score of 9-0.
Just an absolutely dominant performance by the Humber Hawks from the very beginning, from the first minute, with the goal by Longsworth. They never held back from there, scoring 8 more after that, and a completely dominant performance, giving them their 5th win of the season.
Yeah, Kyle, it was that quick start, that first goal, really getting things going, and Humber just didn't look back. How important do you think that quick start was to this overall effort?
That's very important, especially against a team like the Huskies, who wanted to come out firing, and they really got off to a good start and took the Huskies right out of the game early.
Taylor Thompson, the player of the game. Get a good look at the players as they shake hands. And just the unrelenting defense, of course. Big storyline, Humber still with no goals allowed on the season. We got a bit of a look at Fiore earlier on in the match. We had Nadu come in and for the second half relief.
Yeah, the Hawks defense was astonishing tonight. Really attacking those Huskies off the Huskies offense right away from the very beginning, not allowing them to get anything going. Really taking them out of the game early.
Up next on HSN, have men's soccer. Get a good look at the team photo. Big win for these girls. And Kyle, we're now approaching the latter half of the season. Looks like this Hawks team's pretty well-oiled machine at this point.
Yeah, well, I mentioned before how two of their final 4 games are against the team right above them in the standings, in the Sheridan Bruins. So getting 3 points and the win against a team like George Brown is a good starting point for the Hawks.
That's our final score, 9-0. Stay with us on the Hawk Sports Network. We have men's soccer coming up for you.